Holy moly donut shop. Stephen A. Smith is about to destroy. Boy, listen, I don't know too much about Jason Whitlock. I ain't gonna cap on you, but I see everybody talking about him, and I'm gonna probably get some pretty good views on this. So, but I've heard a lot about him. Like I said, I'm not fond of him. Well, I don't know much about him. I really don't watch him, but I see everybody talking about him. KB, everybody talks about this dude, so he must be a piece of crap. And I'm riding the bandwagon. I sure am, because I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know who this nigga is. I just heard about him. But I ain't hear too many good things about him. See, I'm gonna keep it a bean when I tell you I'm just over here, you know what I'm saying, just clout chasing. I'm definitely clout chasing right now. Because I've never watched him speak before. But people talk really bad about him. So he must not be a good person. And Stephen A. Smith is about to rip him to shreds. Shall we begin?
On this particular day, they don't take precedent. Instead, one would be Aaron Rodgers and his situation with the Pat McAfee show. That's necessary to address because, after all, I'm an employee for ESPN. The other would be a fat bastard that has gotten away for far too long talking his bullshit.
Whoa!
You wanted some?
Whoa!
Fine. I'm happy.
Whoa! Are you allowed to say that? Whoa! Stephen A. Smith coming for the throat. Pause. Damn.
Give it to you, you piece of shit. The Stephen A. Smith show up next, right now.
Oh! I ain't never heard him cuss like this. I thought he gonna call him a motherfucker. Damn! Oh my holy moly donut shop.
Later on in the show, I almost never say his name, and that is the name of Jason Whitlock. He is a guy that has a show on Blaze TV. Mm-hmm. He is the person that I directly allude to as that fat bastard. He's a no good individual. Probably the worst individual I've ever had the displeasure of ever being associated with in any capacity. And I will address him in just a few minutes. Wow. All I will say is that the things that I'm going to say, please don't hold anybody responsible for it other than me.
Wow.
Nobody. I even took the liberty of calling my pastor to apologize in advance for what I'm going to say about that no good bastard.
Wow.
So I will address that in just a few minutes.
Wow.
And I'm not engaging in hyperbole. I'm not exaggerating. The pastor's name is Pastor A.R. Bernard at Christian Cultural Center. You don't believe me? Call him and ask him.
I will.
I don't lie like some other people I know do. But again, I'll get into that a little bit later on in the show. Before I do that, it's necessary for me
talk about him now.
Is an expert in the field of immunology.
All right, hold on.
Present-day athlete and you.
All right, here we go.
Who's now at Spotify.
Okay, here we go.
I know that picture does look pretty smooth.
All right. Nah, bro, you
as a
talk
black
about
man,
all right, here we go.
Sitting in this seat, the level of vitriol that I have to absorb is something that I understand 99.99% of the time.
How do you spell vitriol?
You're a former player and you want to crucify me, that's fine. You're somebody that was involved in some kind of public incident that I had to speak on, whether you're the wife or ex-girlfriend or some of a former player or whatever, I get it.
Okay.
You're a present-day athlete and you don't like my evaluation of what has transpired before our very eyes and what I'm witnessing, that's cool.
All right.
But I swear to you, on everything that I love.
Yeah. Talk to me.
It's not personal. I'm a sports reporter and sports commentator. That is what I have been throughout my career.
Yeah.
It is my responsibility to tell you what I see through my lens, how I feel about it, what my perspective is, etc.
All right.
It's not like I'm sitting at home with absolutely nothing to do and no obligation to touch on anything, but I feel the need to invoke and ingratiate my thoughts, opinions, etc., upon the world.
Get to the disrespect.
Get paid to do this.
I want to get to disrespect.
And because of that,
where's the disrespect?
Sometimes my opinions, my thoughts, my feelings, etc., are things that you would not like.
Stop building it up.
I've never lied to you.
Uh-oh.
Ever.
Uh-oh.
If I wrote a story or I wrote an article, it's based on the things that I've been told, what I've seen, and what I feel.
Okay.
It is rare that I talk about myself on a personal level because my personal life is not anybody's business and I don't get into other people's personal life.
All right.
It's not something that I do. Many figures in the world of sports find themselves in personal situations, not lawlessness.
Come on, man.
I never attack my colleagues. I might disagree with something somebody says or does.
I'm skipping this.
I'm supposed to be covering sports, but I make a career out of talking about my colleagues. That ain't work. That's you finding some slick way to get a check because you can't get a job.
Damn.
That's Jason Whitlock.
Damn.
That's who the hell he is.
Damn.
Now, I have sat back for years, at least 9 to 10 years, saying absolutely nothing about this man. I never uttered the words fat bastard out of my mouth until a few months ago. So that means that the previous 9 years, you never heard me speak on him at all. But now it's necessary. Excuse me. Because you see, if you listen to the fat bastard, I didn't play high school ball, Even though my coach's name was Harvey Stoller, it was Thomas A. Edison Vocational and Technical High School. I played there my senior year. I was in a basketball tournament at Fashion Institute of Technology where I dropped 27 points and got a scholarship because the coach came calling me after that and what have you. If you listen to him, I never had a scholarship to Winston-Salem State, even though it's on the books. Just call the university. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm an honorary doctorate member. I have an honorary doctorate from Winston-Salem State University because of my contributions to Winston-Salem State. I'm called Dr. Smith. Has something to also do with the contributions that I make because I believe about upliftment. I'm an ambassador for HBCU Week, and I've partnered with Ashley Christopher and Mayor Persicki in Delaware and others to generate over 10,000 scholarships in excess of over 65 million.
Man, I don't want to hear none of this. Get to the beef.
Do you know that when people are normally selling
Come on.
This article is an article written on Deadspin.com. The title, How Jason Whitlock is Poisoning ESPN's Black Grant Land. Because remember, Bill Simmons, who's now at Spotify doing a great job, obviously had Grantland at ESPN, and upon his departure, Jason Whitlock was supposed to take up the mantle and create a black website for folks. This article was written by a Greg Howard, published on April 27th, 2015. The same Jason Whitlock that said he's seen my writing, the same Jason Whitlock that implied that I couldn't write, the same Jason Whitlock that said that I'm lying.
Uh-oh.
What does this man do? Why would I call up this article? There's a plethora of reasons why I would do so, ladies and gentlemen. One of the reasons would be because it's as in-depth as it gets about how scurrilous, how trifling, how despicable this man is.
Damn.
But there's also another reason that I'd pick up this article. Let me read the graph to you that it says.
Put on your
Keep in
glasses.
mind, Stephen A. can't write. This staff,
And you can't see.
the one Whitlock was praising by way of warnings that if the writers and editors wouldn't align with his vision, he would get rid of them, was not the one Whitlock wanted. The Undefeated, because that was the name of the title before it ultimately became Escape. The Undefeated was originally meant to attract the best and brightest young black talent in the country, with Whitlock's aim set so high that he at one point seriously tried to recruit the Atlantic's Ta-Nehisi Coates, the sharpest cultural commentator in the business today. As things worked out, though, those young writers comprehensively refused to work with him.
Okay.
So did big-name ESPNers like Howard Bryant,
All right.
Jamel Hill,
Okay.
and Stephen A. Smith.
And Damn D.
I couldn't write, huh? While you were on Blaze TV,
I was there too.
spewing that bullshit to people. Did you tell them that? Did you tell them how you stood outside of First State begging me to talk to you? Did you tell them that once the same article in Deadspin came out, weeks later you wrote a lengthy apology to me in an email?
No.
Begging me to forgive you, pointing out how you were betrayed by this particular writer, so you know how I must feel that you betrayed me?
Damn.
Did you tell the folks that? You bitch.
No! Stephen A. called somebody a bitch on TV. I like it.
Did you tell him? You fat piece of shit.
Oh, thumbnail right here. This is my thumbnail. Oh my God. Oh, snap. Hey, is this the first time we ever heard? This is the first time I ever heard Stephen A. Smith call somebody a bitch. Oh, he must really mean this. Damn.
Did you tell him that? Got the names.
Hey, now, hey, Steve, I bet you won't call him a bitch ass nigga. Hey, hold on. I want to see if Stephen A. gonna slip and call him a bitch ass nigga.
We got Jamel Hill. We got Howard Bryant. You want me to bring up the other writers that went work for you? Why it took you nearly 2 years to get an article out? Because you ran that shit so bad you were running it into the ground? What a disgrace you were to John Skipper, the former boss of ESPN? Or a host of others? You want me to talk about that?
Yeah.
Because I got receipts. I got the email.
Yeah, talk about it.
Want to talk about that?
Yeah, talk about it.
Now, just for everybody that wants to understand, how could this possibly be? Because once upon a time, I actually tried to speak up for this damn cretin. I knew he was a piece of shit. But I said, look, maybe he's misunderstood. Why would I do that, ladies and gentlemen? Because sometimes as black folks, we get in our own way. We think that all of us must be of one monolithic thinking, that we need to be completely and totally aligned. And any deviation from that brings into question our quote-unquote blackness. Martin Luther King was a man of peace. Malcolm X was by any means necessary. They can't possibly be on the same page, even though their agendas was for the upliftment and the preservation of our race of people. So I understand when we talk about stuff like this, how people can sit up there and say, how did it get to this? How did it get to this? Remember when I got suspended years ago? You know what's out there writing stuff, smiling in my face 1 minute, talking smack about me behind my back, and then ultimately writing it was him.
Backstabbers.
Remember when I supposedly used it, people were speculating that he used the N-word on the air and all of this other stuff? He was the first one out there.
Damn.
Trying to say that I did it.
Damn.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't do it on the air. in my humble opinion. I'm telling you that. However, it's not like I didn't use the N-word when I was off the air, when I was talking to my fellas, or I was talking to other folks who happened.
Okay, so he do say nigga. Yeah, I mean, I expect that. You know, he a nigga. Nigga gonna say niggas.
To be black. I am not a proponent of using that word often, nor am I advocating that word be used now. I'm just acknowledging the guilt that comes associated with me in terms of when I was younger. But I was always saying we as black people communicate how we want to communicate with each other. I love John Wooten, who's been associated with the Fritz Alliance, the Fritz Alliance, Fritz Pollard Alliance. Love that man. Love his contributions to the NFL. But when we would get into it in the past on rare occasions, it wasn't that he wanted the eradication of the N-word, because I support that. My issue with him was, hey, you shouldn't be encouraging the NFL to fine us and penalize us for using it amongst ourselves. How can a race of people who actually made the word iniquitous be in a position to punish us for using the word with one another? I had a problem with that, and I stand by that, but I digress. My point is, in bringing up all of that, Jason Whitlock pounced on it, because that's what he does.
Because he a bitch-ass nigga.
You see, what he does is, he's the one that puts himself in front of white folks. The white folks, not all white folks, not most white folks, but the white folks that dare we say they have a problem with black folks.
He a little house nigga, huh?
He says, I'm your man.
Hey, boss. Well, you know what? That's what they say about you, too. You know that's what they say about you, too, right? Hey, I think I'm going to end it off right here. We're going to make another video. Damn, he called Jason Whitlock a bitch. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. We got more videos.